making ribs here at the Young's house. Happy New Year's. I hope you all are having a great day. And if you're not, hopefully I can brighten up your day with this recipe. When's the last time you had some ribs? Ribs that was fall apart, tender, juicy, and super delicious. If it's been a while, you're gonna wanna watch this. So now I have some St. Louis ribs here. I've washed them off using lemon juice, salt, and cold water. You know, you kind of scrub it with the lemon, the salt, and the cold water, and then you give it a nice rinse and we pat it dry. You're gonna need an onion. It's really just for flavor. Your favorite barbecue sauce, or you're either making your barbecue sauce. We're gonna be using some brown sugar and a really interesting ingredient, mustard. Another interesting ingredient, we have some apple juice. If you don't have apple juice, you can use applesauce or pear juice. But we'll talk about what we're gonna do with that. It's really interesting. And we got some spices to make everything come together and taste magnificent. We have salt, pepper, garlic and onion powder, paprika, and some parsley flakes. Make sure your hands are clean. Let's make delicious ribs. Gina, so the first thing that I want to talk about is taking the film off of the back of the ribs. There's always a film that's going to be on your ribs, and it's right here. Let me show you. All right, let's see if I can grab a piece off of it. Okay, normally if you can't get a nice grip of it, put a clean paper towel in your hand and then try to grip it. Let me show you what it looks like. It looks like a thin piece of paper. You see that? And once you get a nice hold of it, you go ahead and pull it off. It's going to help you to have nice tender ribs. Sometimes it's not always this easy, but if it's that easy for you, that's great. We're going to do something super special to these ribs to give them extra flavor. We're putting some mustard on them. Doesn't matter what kind of mustard you have, you can use it. Now listen, is it going to make the ribs taste like mustard? Absolutely not, okay? It's just going to give it an umami flavor, make them say umami, and they will every time. So now you don't have to get too wild with the mustard. Just get you some on there, the front and the back, okay? So let's do it just like so. And this will also help, I got a silicone brush here. This will also help to adhere the spices to your beautiful ribs that we have here, okay? So I'm just gonna paint the mustard on all over, flip it over and do the same thing on the other side. In the meantime, we're gonna put together a really delicious rub because we're gonna rub these ribs down and give them some awesome flavor. And you're gonna need a nice amount of brown sugar, okay? Doesn't matter if it's light or brown sugar, just get you some in a bowl, okay? All right, so we have some. And then I'm gonna put a nice amount of salt in here. It's gonna be like, oh my goodness, that's too much. It's not, because we're only putting a little bit of this rub on, okay? Just trust me on this one, okay? There we go, beautiful. And we're gonna do some black pepper, a nice amount. We're gonna do a nice amount of garlic powder on purpose because we want flavor. We are cooking these ribs in the oven and they're gonna taste like we cooked them on the grill. Are you kidding me? Onion powder, paprika, okay? A little bit of parsley flakes if you're looking for some color. Okay, great. Let's mix these together. I'm gonna use my knife because why not? Okay? This is what we're gonna rub right onto that mustard. And when we turn the ribs over, we'll put the mustard on the other side and then seasoning. The spice right here, if you happen to have some left over, and you will, put it into a freezer bag. Put it into a freezer bag and just throw it in your refrigerator. Next time you go to make up some pork chops or some chicken or anything, you can use this rub on it, okay? Absolutely you can. So we're gonna just put it on just like this, okay? Preheat your oven, 350 degrees, just like so. We're gonna flip them over, get the mustard on the other side and seasoning on the other side. Let's do it, flip it right on over. There we go, lovely. And taste that, you'll love the taste of it. To me, when I make this, it tastes just like a barbecue potato chip. You know the seasoning that's on a barbecue potato chip? That's what this tastes like. It's really good, especially if you were to use like a, what am I trying to say? A smoked paprika. You put a smoked paprika in here, it's exactly just like a barbecue potato chip, and I'm not kidding you. So let's go ahead and do our mustard. We can do it while you guys are watching me right now. All right, lovely. Y'all, being honest with you, when it comes to mustard and mayonnaise, lately I've been using No Name brand, and guess what? It's just as good. Are you kidding me? It is just as good. Why spend all the money on those high-end mayonnaises and mustards when they all taste the same. Are you kidding me? I mean, you might have to taste a couple different ones, right? To see which one you like. But this one right here, this one costs pennies and it tastes just like the mustard I used to get back in the days. Absolutely. Get the rest on there. I might not have any brown sugar left over. Or, I'm calling it brown sugar. But you get the gist of what I'm saying. Our spice mix. Our rub. Let's go ahead and take this time to cut up a nice sweet Vidalia onion. You could even use a bell pepper or some fresh garlic if you want to. Really what I'm doing, I just want some seasoning or some flavor from this onion that's going to roast in the pan with our ribs, okay? Because we want to get them started cooking into the oven. And guess what we're going to use? Here's what we're going to do. This is how you make them nice and tender and have a great flavor. Apple juice. Apple juice, applesauce, or pear juice is going to work for this recipe. Trust me. I mean, this right here sends it over the top. Okay, so it doesn't matter how you cut it, slice it, dice it, whatever you want. Okay, let's just basically get it into the bottom of our pan with the apple juice. Go ahead and slice it up. Just a rough chop. Slice, dice, however. There we go. Let's get our pan. It's a big pan. Throw the onions right in. They'll break up as they cook. Don't worry about breaking them up. Okay? We're going to put us some apple juice into the bottom of the pan. The oven is preheated 350 degrees. You want this liquid to come halfway up the middle of your ribs. Okay? So this right here is the plenty amount. Okay? And so now I'm going to take my lovely ribs and I'm going to put them the top side up. Okay? Lovely. We're going to cover these, get them into the oven. And once we see the meat begin to pull away from the bone, that's going to be our indication to take them out and start slathering that barbecue sauce on. Foil. Get you some foil on here. I didn't make it long enough. I'll use this for something else. Looks like I might have to use 2 long pieces. All right, lovely. My oven is nice and preheated. Let's get this in the oven. I'm going to be honest with you. Good food sometimes can take a while to cook. This is worthwhile. This is worth the wait. So we might have to cook this for about, let's just say 45 minutes on 350. And then we'll open it up, take a look at it, and see if the meat has started to pull away from the bone. But that part that I'm describing, don't worry, because I'll literally show you. Because I want you to see what you're supposed to be looking for, right? Because you cannot put the barbecue sauce on before that happens. The barbecue sauce will just burn, right? So you put it on when your ribs are just about done. And then you can put as many coatings of the barbecue sauce on as you would like. This is going in the oven. Remember I told you, the bone will pull away from the meat. That's always going to be your indication that that's the time to put your sauce on, because these are completely cooked. Somehow I misplaced my rubber spatula, but it's okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and paint the barbecue sauce on the underneath side, get the sides, and then we'll flip it over and do the same thing. And then guess what? We're putting it back into the oven. And really it's up to you how many times you sauce it. I like to sauce mine 2 times. And if your family wants more sauce, just put it in a little ramekin on their plate. Go ahead and put the rest of that sauce right on back into the oven. Who's excited? You're excited because when you make ribs in the oven, they're going to taste so delicious. This recipe is easy, so much fun. No matter who you feed it to, they're going to love it. To the oven and don't cover them. Take a look at these. Our ribs are done. The whole house smells amazing. Look it, took it. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. If you ain't subscribed, what you waiting on? Tell your family and friends, tell the world what Gina's doing every single day in this kitchen. And Father, on today, we thank you for these ribs, your hedge of protection and your love. Amen. Amen. And once again, to my beautiful prayer, you stay tuned because you're going to get to see me take that first step. We're going to cut them. We're going to cut them. And listen, let your meat rest. When you let it rest, all the juices can absorb. A lot of times, if you cut your meat too early, all the juices going to come running out. It's going to be dry. Right? So we let it rest. Look at this. Are you kidding me? Cut like butter. Look at that. Oh my goodness. It's falling right off the bone all Let's taste. I know you want to taste. And look. That's what they call tenderism. Look at the bone. Are you kidding me? You know they were cooked to perfection. Go ahead, take a bite. I'm going in. I'm going in. Oh.